Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, Tim and Cherville checked in and he said, Varsity Blues, like me, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I say it is the best sports movie of all time. Again, a lot of arguments over that because people want to say Rudy or they want to say, O'Brien's song, obviously. If you want to cry, it's the best man cry song of all time, or movie, I should say. But Varsity Blues, for the beginning of football season, we missed its 25th anniversary, was January, 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
God, 1999, the birth year of you.
Yeah, this movie came out before I was born by a month because I was born in February of 99.
Amazing. And that's what you're going back to. So now, Case's movie review of Varsity Blues, and this is for you, Tim and Cherville, and everybody else out there, of course. Let's start, as we always do, with the movie, the trailer for the movie, which are always interesting because there's an over-under time when it's all voiceover, big, like In a World type guys. That's not this movie. Here you go.
In America, we have laws. And it's just accepted that as a member of American society, you will live by these laws. In West Canaan, Texas, there is another society which has its own laws.
We woke up in the Twilight Zone. West Canaan. Sex and football. That's all there is.
This game is 48 minutes for the next 48 years of your life.
To hell with Gilbert.
This is your opportunity for you. Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime. But I don't want your life.
Disobey me, and I will bury you. I know about your scholarship to Brown.
Only way we're going back out in the fields without you. Kilmer said 48 minutes for the next 48 years of our lives. I say we go out there and we'll leave it all out on the field. We got the rest of our lives to be mediocre, but we have the opportunity to play like gods.
God,
Let's be heroes.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize how much Foo Fighters' My Hero was the whole trailer.
Yeah.
It's one of the best soundtracks of all time. We'll get to that in a little bit. But it's not as the trailer doesn't, without that voiceover, I think it loses something. But because of My Hero in there, it just kind of captured it as well.
Well, I've got goosebumps.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's incredible.
So anyway, I've been waiting for this because I was jealous you get to see this for the first time ever, Varsity Blues. So Case, as a 25-year-old that hadn't seen a lot of movies before we started this whole bit, has now seen Varsity Blues. Football season's here. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, I felt a lot of pressure watching this movie because it's in your sweet spot. It's one you constantly reference on the show. This movie has gotten us in trouble because you accidentally played unedited audio of a swear word when referencing the strip club scene in this movie.
Thank God Kenzie caught that.
Yep. After aired live.
Yes.
I felt a lot of pressure to not disappoint you, to make sure that I liked this movie, that I liked Varsity Blues, that I hopefully was on the same wavelength as you, as we are with most things.
I have a bad feeling now.
Watching Varsity Blues made me realize that I have lived my life incorrectly the entire time. I did high school all wrong. Everything since has been wrong. This is the most inspirational movie I've ever seen because I should have been James Van Der Beek.
Well, that makes me feel good.
I loved the movie.
This really makes me feel good that you liked it. I was really worried you were going to come out.
So you're telling me you wish you would have grown up and thought the only thing you could do is have sex and play football?
Yes. Oh, my God. That would have been so much better than my actual life. God, I would have killed for that in high school.
You could still try to do one of those.
Yeah, even that's not going great. I think football's more realistic at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I loved this movie because, one, for as unrealistic as some things might seem, where it's like, oh, a high school football player got caught underage drinking and then stole a cop car and they got naked girls in the cop car. When the universe that we're watching this movie in is Texas, I fully believe anything's possible. There's no law in Texas.
Damn right.
Anything can happen when you're a star high school football player. But watching James Van Der Beek be an artsy nerd who wants to attend Brown University. What a weird thing to aspire for. Yeah. Not Harvard, not Yale, but Brown?
That's what made it unique.
I guess.
That's what made it believable. Anybody can go to Harvard.
He's like, even I know I'm not Harvard material. The Texas education system, I'm a little behind the rest of the country. But for this guy to be this prodigal quarterback, to have this amazing arm, all of this accuracy, but to want to read Kurt Vonnegut books on the sideline this is who I should have been. I wasted all this time in high school. The only time I ever attended a high school football game was when I had a press pass and I was covering it for the student newspaper.
Wow.
I should have been a quarterback, having whipped cream bikinis, stealing cop cars, hanging with the guy that was later an Entourage.
That's James Caan.
Yeah.
That's Scott Caan, his son.
Yeah. This movie gave me an existential crisis that I've done everything wrong, and nothing illuminates it more than when James Van Der Beek is getting ready for the now infamous whipped cream bikini scene, and he's talking to himself at the convenience store, and he goes, "What has being good ever got me?" I think about that all the time. I've tried to do right by people. I've tried to do the right thing. I try not to take advantage of people.
No.
Why? I've never had a whipped cream bikini in my life.
No.
I wasn't a high school quarterback.
No.
Now, do you think if you're mean, that's going to happen?
It would help.
We go,
And the thing is, he wasn't mean. He was the nicest guy.
So sensitive.
Mox is the one that you want because, like you said, he was the nerdy, smart guy, yet he was the incredible quarterback. So you wanted to be Mox. And Scott Caan as Tweeter, who was in Entourage later on, of course, as the agent, if you don't know which guy he was.
He was E's rival.
I'll give you even a little bit of a behind the scenes on the scene you're talking about.
Please.
When Scott Caan pulls up to Mox on the street with the girls that are naked in the cop car that he just stole. And he is naked in the scene, too. And when they were filming the movie, the girls were supposed to be naked, and he was supposed to have clothes on. And he said, "That's not fair to the women. Kenzie, that wasn't fair to the women." So Scott Caan made a stand in the movie. Says, "I'm not filming this scene unless I'm naked too." He didn't tell because he said that's not fair.
Yeah, you're really the Rosa Parks of nudity when you think about it.
So
he's like, I'm going to be naked with all these women.
That's right. He didn't say
For them.
He didn't say have the girls put clothes on, but he says I'm going to be naked too, or it's not fair. And the girls appreciated that, and he was naked in the movie too after he stole the cop car.
What a con job.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. This isn't fair. I'm going to take my clothes off and be around them. I'm standing up for them.
He was a very stand-up guy in real life and in the movie.
I really love all the characters. You know, we were talking before the show this morning, Brian, about how the John Voight character, the head coach of the football team, even though I didn't play football, and I don't think you played football.
I played 1 year freshman football.
See, I only played 1 year of tackle in third grade, and I went, I'm good. Not for me.
Yeah, football hurts.
Oh, my God.
It's great to watch.
Oh, the best. But it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
But it really strikes a chord with everybody that watches this movie. We all have the one coach that ruined our lives. And John Voight was, I would argue John Voight really took this character to heart and was like, I can play this guy. I can play an evil man.
Without question.
He also played an evil man in Holes. He was Mr. Sir.
Great poll, Kenzie. You're exactly right.
Yes.
He's played great.
He's kind of a similar character, actually.
He's played great, nice guys, or he's an incredible actor. I can't believe they got him for, Varsity Blues. And he kills it. And to the point of your point on that is, everybody who played a sport in high school dreamed of doing what Mox did to this coach as the closer in the movie, and no one did it, but he did it. And it shows what would have happened if you all stood up to the coach that is a bully a-hole.
Here's why the last scene isn't as inspiring as it should be, is when they're building up John Voight's pedigree in the beginning of the movie, it's like, he's coached football at this school for 40 years. You do it his way or you do it the highway. He's won 2 district titles and 1 state title. He'd been at the school since Kennedy was in office. That's not that impressive to only have 2 district titles. That's the biggest flaw in the movie.
State titles are hard to get.
Right, Kenzie.
You're the best in the state.
Why are you defending John Voight?
Because it's Texas. Do you know how hard it is to be the best football team in Texas?
That's a good point.
But the chopping block at that point, if you're a high school football coach in Texas, you have to deliver. If you were going to coach at a high school in Bolingbrook for 40 years and you only had 1 district title, you'd be looked at as a failure.
Oh, you'd be fired.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be fired.
Let
No
alone
question.
In Texas.
Yeah. Listen, we're up against it. I want to play that speech, but we'll come back here and continue Case's movie review of Varsity Blues. You can chime in on the text line, 312-591-8300, and we'll also get his rating on the movie.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
All right, so if you missed the keyword for the Offspring pop-up, we'll give that to you right after we finish up the review of Varsity Blues from Case, the producer, who had never seen it. And it came out the year he was born, 1999. Get a lot of text coming in on this, and I call this the best sports movie of all time. And Natalie checked in from Crown Point. By far the greatest football movie ever. Okay, who had a teacher that was a stripper at night? And she puts in here the best quote from the movie.
Wrong. Your tone of voice is wrong. This is your opportunity
For
here.
you.
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Ooh, who wanted to say that to their dad all the time?
God, that's nice, isn't it?
I don't want your life.
That's mean.
No, he doesn't want his life. He doesn't want to be a guy that talks about high school football the rest of his life.
Yeah, you don't want to be a window salesman like your dad. If he would have pushed that on you, you would have said the same thing.
I would have said it like that.
No,
He would have said, Dad, I really have my own aspirations. And
I really respect what you're doing. I just don't think I'm going to be super good at the window thing.
Yeah.
If my dad would have pushed being a sock salesman on me, I would have said, I don't want your life.
That's right.
I would have said it just like that, too.
Yeah, and all his dad cared about was his high school football he played 30 years ago. That's all he talked about.
God.
Again, there's so much of that in this movie. And by the way, just to point out that we haven't even mentioned yet in Varsity Blues that you had Paul Walker in this movie. Mm-hmm. His first big splash in movies. And, of course, we sadly lost him. And you have James Van Der Beek, who was in Dawson's Creek before this, a huge show. John Voight, you mentioned. Amy Smart, who was in, I think, the road trip movies. Allie Larder, the whipped cream bikini girl, went on to a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow. She was in Final Destination. She was in Obsessed.
Yeah.
With Beyonce and Idris Elba. She was in Legally Blonde. She was in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And she's in tons of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, with all that being said, can we finally talk about Billy Bob?
Yes.
The last point I want to make on this
We
movie.
can, absolutely.
So, my only knowledge of Varsity Blues going into it was Brian's obsession with the strip club scene. And feel free to do your Billy Bob impression at this point.
Miss Davis, you're a 10. a 10. I can't say I was in the movie because that got
do a direct quote.
No, I got a little trouble in that once.
So, I didn't know anything about his character. I didn't know his arc. I just knew that at some point he was going to meet a Miss Davis and that she was a 10. That's all I knew going into it. Uh-huh. As I watch this movie unfold, I'm waiting for some sort of payoff here. I see they're going to a strip club. I think, all right, here we go. This is going to be the scene that Brian's been talking about for years and years. He always does the she's a 10. It always makes me laugh. I was unprepared for the darkness of this scene, knowing that Billy Bob attended the strip club with life-altering head injuries that no one gave him sympathy for. This man was permanently concussed. His brain, hopefully, the character of Billy Bob was dedicated to science because he clearly had brain trauma. And the thought of going to a strip club with a concussion is the worst thought imaginable.
Didn't think of that angle. I just thought he found out that his teacher was a stripper in a strip club. I never worried about his head so much.
It's even weird because later on in the movie when he's drinking and shooting a rifle into the sky, classic Texas maneuver,
right?
And James Van Der Beek goes to give him a pep talk. It's not like, hey, man, we need you to sit out for the big championship game because your mind is more important than your offensive linemanship. We need you to rest your head. We can't have permanent brain damage. James Van Der Beek gives him the speech of like, I know you're hurting, but suck it up. We need you for the big game. That's so messed up to think about.
There's one point I want to make about Billy Bob, the actor Ron Lester that played him. So back in the day here at Q101, okay.
By the way, real quick, 2 and 9 just had the best line of the movie on the text line. Billy Bob, the man's so big he needs his own zip code, which the coach says about him at one point.
Very
Seems
mean.
uncalled for.
Yeah. Kenzie would have stood up for him and said, that's mean. That is mean.
Pissed.
So Ron Lester, the actor, used to come into Q101 all the time. Back in the day, as I said there, that Mancow did mornings here on Q101. And they talked about that movie when it came out at that time. And he would fly in to come in on Q101. And he weighed about 400 pounds. And he became such friendly that I remember Mancow invited him to his wedding.
Really?
Yes. Now, this was several years later after the movie. And when he showed up at Mancow's wedding, he was walking around and he came up to people and no one knew who he was. And I remember, not me, but somebody else went up to him and goes, like, I'm sorry, how do you know Mancow? He goes, well, I don't talk about it much. It's not public much, but I'm Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. And he had lost 250 pounds.
He's got so skinny when you look at pictures of him.
And sadly, then he passed away 8 years ago because I believe it was because of his obesity, and even though he got thin, It was. I know. It was really a bummer because he was the nicest guy. He came into Q101 and walked down the hallways and would talk like Billy Bob. He'd wear the football jersey and go down the hallway. He was so nice.
He was not acting.
No, he wasn't.
The football jersey where he's number 69, and the back of the jersey doesn't say his last name, it only says Billy Bob.
Yeah.
What a fantastic uniform.
He was just like, Chris Farley coming through the hallways of these studios back in the day, and then we lost him, sadly. And Billy Bob and Ron Lester, I should say, so nice, and he tried to do the right thing at the end, and he got more years of his life out of it after that for sure. But he did pass away eventually. A real sad, real dark turn in Varsity Blues. You had Paul Walker, of course, from Fast and Furious fame, gone. Ron Lester, and the brother in the movie, who was Mox's little brother.
The one obsessed with religion?
Yeah, it was so funny, the arc of him in that movie.
The first scene, he's crucified. It's very funny.
Yeah, he's been missing.
He's been missing?
For like 20 years. So there's been no determination of what happened to him. He's been missing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's. I'm sure it's not good. I mean, I'm sure it's not like he ran away from home. He's been missing. Well, I'm sorry, Kenzie. I know you don't want to hear those things. I know. For a movie that's the best, funniest, sports movie of all time, and also impactful. Like I said, the soundtrack as well.
Oh, Green Day, Fastball, Blink-182, Foo Fighters, Offspring.
Third Eye Blind.
Yeah, Third Eye. It's a loaded soundtrack.
You want to know what's weird is that the vibe of Varsity Blues is kind of like it's becoming Final Destination, where like it can't not get you. So Allie Larder has to be freaking out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've seen this, I've played it, I've done it.
Yeah.
It's coming for me.
It's really wild.
Scary.
And I might be wrong on this. Was Paul Walker in a Final Destination movie as well? Am I thinking that wrong?
I can tell you in 2 seconds.
I don't think so. Okay, I'm thinking wrong on that one. My bad. Anyway.
He was in Fast and Furious,
yes.
as you know.
I'm aware. Thank you. Thank you very much for that pertinent info. And not
breaking news.
Yeah.
I don't see him credited in any of those.
The only other movie I remember he was in, besides Fast and Furious, was Into the Blue, which is where he's with Jessica Alba, and Jessica Alba's in a bikini the whole movie.
Oh, nice.
Appropriately, because...
What was the name of the movie?
Into the Blue.
Into the Blue.
I'll watch that next week.
He was also in She's All That.
Oh, yeah.
And Eight Below.
He had a small role in Flags of Our Fathers, an awesome movie, a war movie.
Yes, he was in that. He had a ton of movies.
He really did. It's another sad ending here.
Well, even with all that sadness, I can positively say that I adored Varsity Blues. If you love high school football, if you love strippers, if you love underage drinking, if you love yelling at authority figures, it's a great movie.
With also putting good pertinent messages in there. Stand up to coaches that are jerks.
And rest if you have a concussion.
Yes. So what are you going to do? How many Billy Bobs are you going to give it? Is that what you're going to rank it?
For Ron Lester, I will rank this movie out of Billy Bobs. I feel comfortable giving this a strong 7.5 Billy Bobs out of 10.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.